Feeling dirty? Make sure to stay tuned in for the dirty truth coming up next.
Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Dirty Truth Radio. I'm your host, Fred Hawthorne. We have a special guest co-host. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and following us since June, and we ask that you continue to support us. For those of you who don't know, Roselle will not be in today. She's at a polling seminar, so she's learning how to get her poll game straight. And when she come back, hopefully she'll be better suited for it. But we have a special guest. We have Lutasha. I almost butchered her name. We're going to bring her up on screen. We got Lutasha. She's a friend of mine. And I know we had some guests scheduled to come in, but they canceled. I think they were more scared than they wanted to come in. I think they were intimidated by me. So welcome, Lutasha. Thank you for coming in.
It's good to be here.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. And immediately in front of me, we have my friend in arms. And those of you guys who are friends of mine and follow me on Facebook, you guys know that I get up quite early in the morning and start my day at 24-hour fitness at about 3:30, 4 o'clock, 3 times a week. And my brother in arms, McIntosh, is in. We're going to get started on the show.
Hello.
Hey, welcome. Thanks for coming in, Matt. Yeah. All right. So we just gonna get started with the show. We had some audience questions. Our first question is from Lisa, and I'm just going to read to you, and you guys are going to input, help me answer this question, okay? Lisa said, I slept with my sister's husband years ago. Should I tell her? We'll start with you.
Of course you shouldn't tell her.
Expound. Why?
I mean, at this point, it's basically water under the bridge. If she's not going to do it anymore, then no. I would say no, she should not tell her. But if she plans to continue to engage with him, then she should tell her, I guess. But if it's done, then it's done. I wouldn't say anything.
You'll be quiet. Go ahead, Matt.
I'm with you. Don't say nothing at this point. I mean, if she's still in it, yeah, you got to say something because, I mean, obviously you're in it for a reason. So if you're trying to, I guess, keep everything safe and keep your life, yeah, I mean, hey.
Keep your life.
Yeah, because the question goes, who does the wife fight in that? Who does she sever the relationship? Does she sever the relationship of her husband? Or does she sever the relationship with her sister?
She definitely severs the relationship with the husband, for sure. And then the sister, I guess it depends on how their relationship was initially, because apparently it wasn't very good to begin with if she's sleeping with her husband, in my opinion. But I sever both of their asses.
Chop them up. No magician necessary. So I agree. I don't think that she should tell. She has to take that to the grave.
How would you handle it?
Which person am I?
Yeah, how would you have it? Yeah, that's a good question.
It depends on who am I? Am I the sleeper?
She's the wife.
You're the wife.
You're the wife.
If I was the
and
wife,
your sister told you.
And you and your sister are close. You guys are like
I would fight
buddies.
her. I would fight her in the street like a stranger.
Really?
For real, yes.
Beat the living crap
I would
out
beat
of her.
the crap out of her.
But then after that, you get rid of him, and then you and her figure it out after.
I would try to figure. Hopefully, I would try, but I mean, it would definitely change our relationship forever, for sure.
And would you have that jungle fever episode where you throw your man's off the second floor window, you throw his stuff out and say never come back again? Or
I would put all of his clothes in his car and set it on fire, like Angela Bassett.
Hey, what's that song? Broken Window. I smashed the windows out your car.
I would be on that kind of stuff for real.
Second question. Question 2. It's actually from Mary. Mary asks, and fasten your seatbelts out there. My husband has a small penis. How can I compensate for his shortcomings? And she put quotation marks around short. We'll start with Matt. We'll start with Corey. What should she do?
Well, I'm not a woman, but in this scenario, I would say get on top and make it do what it do, baby. You got to go ahead and make it work the way you can make it work for yourself. You know, because if you want more out of it, you're not gonna get more. It doesn't grow. It doesn't grow
It's not
overnight.
a chia pet, right? You
It's
can't
not
just add water.
You can't add water.
You can't just add water.
Red.
Oh, well, I mean, I would just say that probably just involve toys. That's probably the only thing that she can do. There's a lot of different things that can help. I don't know how graphic I can get, but there's a lot of things that can help as far as toys are concerned, and just find other things that he can do, maybe with his mouth or his hands, or maybe a lot of stimulation coming from a lot of different directions. Maybe that could help, but she knew he had a small penis when they got married, so I don't understand.
That's true.
Why.
Yeah, that was my second part to this question. Were you speaking from experience, or were you speaking from?
There have been some people who came up short in my day, but it's something that has to be nipped in the bud. Like, if you can't, like you said, it can't grow. There's nothing that can be done. So you got to move on.
You got to move on. My question is to her is, if you knew he had a small penis and you valued sex this much, why wasn't this a topic of conversation prior to getting married? And
it's not even a topic. What can you talk about? Your penis is small. What do you do about it? Right? There's nothing that can be done.
Don't they have penis enhancements now?
They don't work.
Maybe I could let them borrow a few of my inches every now and again or something like that.
Fred. Shake and bake. Shake and bake, Fred.
Okay, last question. We're moving on with the show. And Angela wrote. Okay, this is the last question. Question 3. How do I continue to have sex with my husband when I'm not attracted to the 50 pounds he's gained during our marriage? We'll start with you, Latasha.
I would pretend he was somebody else.
You would pretend he's someone else?
I guess that's not really a good politically correct thing to say. But also, I would probably try to encourage him to work out, maybe just change the food in the house, because most of the men don't go grocery shopping. So maybe like take all the junk out of the house, make healthy meals, encourage him to do active things, even if it's not necessarily going to the gym per se. And then when we have sex, I'll probably just think of somebody else.
Who would you think of?
That's the question. That's the real question.
That's what ladies want to know. Who are you going to think? Who would you think of?
I would probably think of like Idris Elba, or
You see that left eye twitch?
Everybody likes him. He's winning right now.
I think it's the beard.
It's
He has
the
a beard,
beard.
right?
it's weird. He's so like grown man sexy. Like, the way he walks, the way
He might be listening.
Hey boo, you can email the radio station and get my phone number. But him or like Boris Kodjoe, I don't know, anybody, whoever was on my mind at that time. But yeah, that would be my solution.
Okay, Matt.
It's a tough one because, I mean, when someone doesn't present themselves the way you've known them to be, especially if it's over a certain amount of time, it's been some years, and then they gain weight, I would think by that time they would be your best friend. So obviously having sex with them would obviously not be the same for you mentally, but I would think you would just do it. I mean, it might not be the best. You'd probably think about, somebody else. And
would you address the weight gain?
Yes, for sure. I mean, it might not be in a rude manner, like you said, maybe change the food in the house, or maybe you go to the gym and say, hey, would you like to come along with me? Let's do some light jog, let's do some walking. Just do whatever you can to help your situation. You got to help you out if no one else wants to help you out. So,
I think when I sat and I had an immediate answer, and then I went back and I thought the art of communication is lost in this relationship. One, because she has a fear of communicating a weakness in her husband. You get what I'm saying? So I would reestablish, in addition to what you guys are saying, reestablish learning how to communicate with your husband without being offensive. And then there are times where you just have to be downright honest and say, you know what, you're about 50 pounds overweight. Your belly's getting in the way of everything that we want to accomplish in life. And
you're smushing me.
You're smushing me. And our daughter can't sleep in the same bed with us. So, yes, definitely, 100% address it. And you want to I would tiptoe around it because, a man's vitality is directly driven with how he feel and mostly his penis, right? So if she's not sexually satisfied and or attracted to him, he's feeling like a lesser man. So she's going to have to, I would say, because she's a woman, right? And he's the man of the household, I would just tiptoe around it, right? And then if he doesn't respond, then you just got to go full pledge and be like, hey, I need you to do this.
Delivery is key for sure.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, for the most part, most women should know how to address their man in order to get him to do something that they want to do anyways.
Yeah.
So,
Vice versa too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And, even with women, they have, it's one thing you could tell them something, and just because you told them, they don't want to do it because you told them.
Absolutely right.
They want. So you got to
men
tiptoe
are that
around.
same way too.
Exactly. I said vice versa. I said both ways on this case. I mean, seriously, you have to figure out your corner to get them back into, and then from there, hopefully they kind of go the way you want them to go.
And that's where third parties come in sometimes, where you say, hey, I call my best friend, or she writes into the show and she has a husband listen, or per se, but she's gonna have to tell me eventually because you got to figure
Right.
you got to figure one, his belly's gonna obviously get bigger, and when your belly gets bigger, your penis gets smaller, and as you get older, you lose vitality, so his penis will not be as hard. And two, you got to spend more on medication when you get 50 because you got to get erectile dysfunction pills, high blood pressure pills.
You're very well read in this subject.
I am, but I'm not 50 yet, so I'm still going strong. So as of right now, but yeah, that's why I get up 3:30 in the morning, and I've made health and fitness a great part of my life. I'm not telling people what to do, but I'm suggesting that you obviously pay attention to what you do and how you do it. I'm a vegan at home and a vegetarian outside the house, and I work out 8 days a week. And that's why I wear little baby shirts like this to make me look really, 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 really strong.
Fred actually suggested I wear this shirt. He told me you should wear the one that's real small.
The Captain America shirt.
Your arms look better.
And so those are three questions we had, and we only got 40 seconds. We're gonna jump into the topic in a bit, but everything going good with everybody? Everybody good? I appreciate you getting this on short notice. She jumped right in and she actually saved me. So you were actually Captain America today because
Great.
It's no way in hell women would take Corey and I talking about F them and dump them, never give a woman closure, not have a woman on the panel and not give her advice. So
we need a voice for sure.
Absolutely. So you got anything coming up real quick soon? Or give us some work. Give a woman some workout tips real quick. You're in fit shape. You got 5 seconds. What can a woman do immediately right now to help get herself in shape?
Go run. Close the refrigerator right now.
Okay. We'll be back in 2 minutes with Fred Hawthorne. We getting into F them and dump them. Never give a woman closure. We're coming immediately back with that topic. Thanks, guys.
The Three Guys Rant
With Arvin, Mike, and Phil.
coming to you on the Rant Radio Network every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can call us at 855-69 The Three Guys.
It's not the three guys. This is why you should turn in because one has Tourette's, the other one's illiterate.
You really should listen in. You never know what's going to happen.
855-69 3 guys. GUYS and the number 3, not the.
Faces for radio, voices for the deaf.
Look forward to talking to you.
Hey, I'm audio candy. I don't know about you guys.
What up, foodie freaks? It's Chef Bev Lazo with the Culinary Trend Show. Join me and my brigade every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. where we will be cooking up some crazy stuff that will give you the appetite for discussion. It's all about the good food, good friends, and good times. Only here on rantradionetwork.com.
DM Narc Radio Show is now airing on the Rant Radio Network. You've heard the Three Guys Rant refer to us as the Clam Chowder Power Hour. Now we get to bring our New England humor over to Los Angeles. We'll be airing Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern, and we'll cover everything from local to national politics and news. Guess what? We're uncensored too. I'm Dave. Join me and Nick Friday on the Rant Radio Network.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at muchomachomichelada.com.
You know what would make it better? After we get drunk, if they had a line we could call.
We can call their drunk line. You can leave a message and then log on to the site and listen to your stupidity afterwards.
What's that number?
It's 855-MICHE-69.
What's that number again?
855-MICHE-69.
Awesome. Mucho macho michelada.
We're the Brothers Bear Podcast Live, and I'm your host, Sanch, and I'm always joined by
Edgar,
Carlos Medrano, and this is a show where we talk about
comics, movies, TV, video games, stand-up, music, and many more geeky things.
Catch us live on Rant Radio Network on Mondays from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m.
That's another commercial in the back.
Hi, I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And I'm Kelly V. Dolan.
And we are excited to announce our show Live with Aaron and Kelly is on Rant Radio Network. What do we talk about on our show, Kelly?
We talk about everything from entertainment to business and tech, and we have a few laughs in between.
That's right. Go check us out on rantradionetwork.com. That's rantradionetwork.com.
Check it out.
We're back. This is Fred Hawthorne with Dirty Truth Radio. We got Latasha and Corey Mackin, and we're just going to jump right into the topic. To be honest with you, I knew I was going to get some slack. I got about 7 or 8 messages on Facebook telling me, oh, that's all women might say, all women. Oh, that's disrespectful. You can't talk about women like this. This is completely wrong. You shouldn't F them and dump them and never give a woman closure. It's so important to have that in a relationship. And then I wrote back. I says, how about if the man doesn't want a relationship, you know? And so I just jumped into this topic and chose it. And the reason why I say this is because as a man, if we don't love you, we want you lingering like a feeble flower, you know, and our responsibility is to water you when we want you to blossom. You get what I'm saying? So so if you don't love a woman, there's only one woman in a man's life that deserves closure, the woman he marries. You know, I don't believe if you don't intend on marrying a woman, she doesn't deserve closure. Go ahead.
When you say closure, what do you mean by closure?
Okay, thank you. Closure, I define closure as finality in a relationship. If I have sex relations with a woman and I don't want to be with her again, I just don't call her. I just wouldn't call her in my single days. I just wouldn't call her. I wouldn't, Lisa, I don't think this is going well. I think I'm just going to move on, and we've had a great time. No, fuck that. What I'm going to do
avoid
avoid because it's on my terms. Remember.
So you're going to call her again.
Remember, I'm not chasing pussy. I'm giving dick. You get what I'm saying?
Easy.
Yes, yeah. It's not like I need her. Uh-huh. You know, because we have wars in this society. There are more women on this earth than men. You get what I'm saying? And men die younger than women. So I'm not too concerned with my ability to find another woman. But what I want to learn from women is, why is closure so necessary for women?
Well, I think that the problem is that women, and I don't think that closure is true for, well, you know what? I think it is true. But I think what is more important rather than having closure is not putting yourself in a situation where you don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Like if you're going to have sex with a guy and you guys don't really have any kind of relationship, mm-hmm. like you barely talk, you just met, you say hi and bye or whatever, for him not to fall off the map and not talk to you anymore is really kind of your fault, because like you really you have the final say so on whether it goes to that point, and it's very natural for a woman to become more attached than a man. So really, you should just not put yourself in that situation, because then you don't even have to worry about why isn't he calling me anymore. Either you really honestly don't care, uh-huh. or, you know, he's probably calling you, climbing in your house, snatching your people up or something. So, uh-huh. you know, it's just like, just put yourself in a good situation is what I think.
But before I get to you, Mac, but that's like fairy tale shit.
It's
like,
really
like,
not.
like that's fairy tale shit. Like real talk. I done been through countless women in my life, right? And no, there are very few women on earth, excluding nuns, that can say, "Hey, I'm not having sex with you until you say you love me."
Well, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so what are you saying?
I'm saying like, okay, like say we're dating, we're seeing each other.
Uh-huh.
I talk to you sporadically, maybe once a week.
Uh-huh.
We hang out whenever you call or whatever. You are not an ideal candidate unless I'm just, just want like some sexual stimulation and that's it. There's nothing else. Then you're not really an ideal candidate for me to be trying to build something with you. So if we do something like that and you still are you either fall off the map or, you're still elusive or you just call me at 3 a.m. or whatever the case may be, you are usually the behavior is consistent. So like now there's a difference if like a guy is like giving you a full court press and then he falls off, then I mean, hey, like that can definitely happen as well. But I'm saying like a lot of times, and you can correct me if you're wrong, you weren't really making it seem like you wanted to be with her and you're the one and all this stuff. I love you so much.
Okay, I'm go ahead, Mac. I'm gonna get back to that point.
I feel like that's you being the good guy when you're not giving her the full court press. When you're actually, giving all the signs like, no, this is really just what I want to do. But in general, what we're talking about here is giving the full court press because that's what we have to do to get the one. If she's a bad bitch, we know.
So you're saying doing whatever you have to do to get in her pants and then
sometimes sometimes you don't even realize that you're not going to care anymore. It might be like, you know what? It really wasn't that good. So I don't care anymore. Or maybe she said something to me that I didn't like, and I just don't really care about her no more. But it was cool while it lasted. I mean, I went hard. And then...
Yeah, the paradigm definitely shifts once a man and a woman have intercourse. Like the woman has... I wouldn't say absolute power. There's no such thing of that. I don't believe. But
she has a lot of power.
She has a lot of power.
You believe in that. She believes.
She believes in the cookie. She believes in the
she was like, no.
The cookie is a female goddess. Fuck that. Anyway, so...
It's women's fault because they're just like shelling it out like, it's going out of business. But if you make it seem like it's more important, then I think that benefits you. Because for the most part, if for women who have more pride in just being approached a certain way, are treated a certain way.
Sure. But how about if, see,
what?
I always tell you, I was born with people call it the gift of gab, but the being able to communicate is a skill. So it's a learned craft. Being able to manipulate words to evoke emotion. You get what I'm saying? So
I do.
Okay. I'm glad.
You're welcome.
Okay. And so if I can stimulate you and extract what I want from you. So now we're going to flip it. Now a guy has stimulated you and you guys have become intimate, right?
Okay.
And he just walks away. Why do you seek closure? Why do you chase him down and ask him why? He just got up and just walked away.
I think that women don't like the idea of rejection, and there has to be a reason why I'm being rejected. It's not like there can't be anything wrong with me, so there has to be something specific. So I think that's really just what women want. They want to know why that you are rejecting me because they think they're great.
Okay, why is it challenging for a woman to move forward beyond that? And when we're talking on the macro, I'm not throwing darts at you. You're speaking for every woman in America right now.
I get it.
Okay.
All of them.
All of them.
Well, I think that it's hard because a lot of times women and people too, they bring baggage from past experiences into new experiences. So they're still thinking about, well, what happened with this? I don't want to repeat this. I don't want to scare this guy away. Maybe I like him or whatever the case may be. So they're bringing some of that into their next situation and they're still worried about that person. And in addition to that, a lot of times if you are intimate with somebody, you have an attachment, like even if it's small.
Matt?
I agree with her.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually agree with her.
Okay. Now, this is why I tell men. In order, if you want your woman, we're just going to go, we're going to go to the second step now. if you want a woman to linger and be a hopeless romantic, a feeble flower just waiting for you to water her, you have to have confidence. And two, with that confidence, you have to be great in bed. And I don't think, I personally don't think that a man that has shortcomings in the bedroom will have great success at women chasing them down. Because I think an orgasm for a woman, it buffers her soul to some degree. You know,
buffers her soul.
You know, like
this type of stuff he tells me, like he's hilarious.
Like it does, like wax on, wax off, like Mr. Miyagi type shit. Yeah, it does. Like
the man.
Buffers her soul. That's
yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah, like see, if a guy would have said that to you, you probably would have just got butt naked right now, right?
Like, see, like that.
For sure.
I know, 100%.
That excites them.
It does.
Like,
It does.
nobody says that.
It does. So
I would be like, this mother effer is in my pants. It ain't gonna work.
Done.
He gonna have to buy me something. Okay.
So, but it taps into a woman's soul. So that's why I always suggest, if you're gonna play the game, guys, play it the right way, because there's nothing better than a feeble woman texting you.
He likes feeble.
I can see that.
I like that because
That's his
I'm
word.
making women inferior today. To
So
me,
you
Yes.
purposely,
Yeah.
so
All
you
day.
you're purposely trying to make women feel that way. Like that is your intention.
When I was in the dating, 100%.
Why not?
When I'm,
So you're
why
not
should
single
he be-
anymore.
no, I'm not single anymore. No, by now, I'm very happy now. Yeah, yeah, I'm absolutely happy. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so but when you were dating, it was your intention to make women.
When
feel
I was single, my intentions were, honestly, one, give out great dick to as many women as possible, and that's just the bottom line. And the irony about it is that I valued every woman that I had sex with. And call in right now, lady. No, I'm joking. But all of y'all. No, seriously. No, seriously.
Don't call in.
Seriously, don't call in. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I would say I'm like in the 80th percentile in terms of pleasing women, because you know a woman has a vibration about her, right?
Okay.
Right, and a woman can't physically tell you that vibration. A woman can't say, "Hey, I want you to do it this way." She can, but it comes more from the vibrations of her body. Like having sex for a woman is spiritual existence on earth. I'm challenged by putting this in context, but I know when a woman is talking to me when she's on her back. I can feel her. I can hear her voice. I can feel the vibrations. I can feel her hips. I can feel how she's contorting herself. I know how her mind is telling her body to do. It's kind of weird to verbalize it, but when you're in that moment, think about the time where you guys have had great sex, like the best sex of your life. And you're like, oh my God, it was an out of body experience. You just couldn't, like, you were just exasperated and full of joy. You get what I'm saying? So we got 30 seconds. What I wanted to do is to make women feel that way. And that way, and honestly, I would just vanish. I would do a David Blaine act. It was David Copperfield when I was younger. I would just turn into David Copperfield and just move on to the next.
And that was just to mind F somebody, or you just wanted a new woman, or both.
I want to keep her lingering. Okay. And get another woman. So
he wanted to build a team.
Got it.
I wanted to build a dynasty. And I was Phil Jackson. I wanted 11 championships. We'll be back, guys. We got Latasha and Corey Mack coming in, and we'll be back. We'll move forward with Amp 'em and Dump 'em. Never give a woman closure.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmark, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's a michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at muchomachomichelada.com.
You know what'll make it better? After we get drunk, if they had a line we could call.
We can call their drunk line. You can leave a message and then log on to the site and listen to your stupidity afterwards.
What's that number?
It's 855-MICHE-69.
What's that number again?
855-MICHE-69.
Awesome. Mucho macho michelada.
Ticketsurgeon.com. Reach us at 855-WIN-4-199.
Did you get caught speeding, texting while driving, or doing anything else you weren't supposed to do?
Give us a call. Don't miss work. Don't lose out on the money. Don't get any more points. What about your insurance? Let us fight for you. Ticketsurgeon.com at 855-WIN-4-199.
Welcome to the Monster Marketing Group, your one-stop shop for all your marketing needs. Anything you need to make that marketing and advertising campaign stand out, we're your people. Concepts, design, production, social media, anything that you can dream up, we're going to make happen for you. And we can do it in a very quick turnaround. Please call it 888-49-MONSTER.
We're back. Dirty Truth Radio, Fred Hawthorne with Tasha and Corey Mackin. So we left off at why I suggest that men be great in bed, because we don't want to give no closure to a woman, because we want her lingering like a feeble flower. My word of the day, feeble. Google it. All right.
Flower.
So the reason why, part two to that, the reason why I don't believe a man should give a woman closure is because at the end of the day, he who heals first wins.
It's all about winning.
It's all about yeah.
That's
At
what
the
it's
end,
all
about winning.
At the end of the day, yeah, it's a competition. Because when I'm watching Brett Favre, this is in my single days. When I was watching Brett Favre and Randall Cunningham throw touchdown passes, we wasn't talking about math equations and Socrates and Aristotle. We were talking about when I go to lunch tomorrow, when I walk down to the CI, it was called the CI in college. When I walk down to the CI in college, I'm going to get whoever she was. I don't want to put any girls' names out, but I'm getting her. And next Sunday, when we watching football and playing Madden 97, Madden 98, I'm going to tell you how good she was or how terrible she was and how I objectified her that evening.
That's his other word.
Objectify.
So if she like did not respond, like if you never talked to her again and she never called you and she never talked to you and then she saw you and walked right past you like nothing happened, or was just like, hey, what's up? Would that mean you still won or no?
That means
yes.
Yeah, because I
don't
got
know.
what I wanted. Sometimes you want it more than once. She every woman deserves a spot in your life. Like, it may be 1 spot, 2 spot, 3 spot, 4 spot, 5 spot. And once you fall in love and get married, such as myself, then you just have a 1 spot, right? But so there's levels to this shit, right? So if she's good, somebody has to be number one. Someone has to be the point guard.
Got it.
And then someone has to be the shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. I'm Phil Jackson. So when I want to call the play for my point guard, I'm going to call the play for my point guard. And if my point guard averages 20 points a game, that's my number one option. If my center only averages 4 points, 3 rebounds, that's my last option.
And then you got somebody coming off the bench.
And it just
somebody's not acting right.
It keeps on going. And then when they retire, 15 years in the game, they retire, then or 15 dates, 15
draft.
years,
or they cut.
Yeah, they get
You got
they
draft.
get cut. Yeah, you move on, and then that's just it. So what's your stance on he who heals first wins?
I kind of agree with that, to be honest with you. I mean, I hate to agree with you. I do kind of agree with that. And I'm always trying to win too, in all the guys that I date. And I usually do. I can't say that I've had too many wilted flower moments. I really have not. And but I'm very diligent about that.
I think sometimes you don't even realize it though. You can have the feeble moment and not even know it.
But see, like, I'm always like stone cold. Like, even if I'm like in my room, like, God damn it, he's not calling me. I'm still going. When I see him, I'm like, hey, what's up? Nice to see you.
We never had sex though. I just want you to know that. You touched me as if I did something to you. My words just massage you. You just feeling all comfortable. Done. I know. Right? Filet mignon all day.
Whatever.
But just go ahead, Mac. What are you gonna
I would say a lot of this comes from what women have built up over the years. Earlier, we were talking about or discussing how the cookie, how it's in control. Fred doesn't want to give that control. Fred said in his head, no, I'm the man. I put it down, and I'm going to make sure that she never has the control, even if that means effing you and walking away. A lot of that comes from, hey, we rule the earth. This is what we have. This is what it is, and we always run things. And when a woman doesn't feel like she's in control anymore, it's like life or death. It's like, wait a minute.
Man,
it's over. You're done, and that's what keeps them coming back.
See, yeah, and I agree with that. But like the fact is like with a woman, you have to play your part. Like you can't come in there like I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You're like, nah, baby, yeah, of course, you're in control.
For the suckers,
you got this, for sure. But like you know what you're doing, then that's what's most important. Like you're saying, like I'm giving out dick, whoop de whoop de whoop. Like yeah, of course you are, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's all a game. Like, and that's why we're saying who's winning, who's not winning. Because just because I'm not in here, point my finger like, no, I'm running this, doesn't mean that I'm not.
Okay, and then it gets serious. How about when the relationship gets serious?
What do you mean serious? Like you're seriously dating, or
you're seriously dating.
Or?
Now you're in a relationship where you're seriously dating. Even when I had a girl, I'm being candidly honest. When I had a girlfriend, I never gave her closure. Never ever gave her.
While
closure.
you're together, but
yes, even yes.
No, so can you explain that to me? Like what is
say for example
non-closure?
I was dating a woman for 3 months. Like I'm exclusive. I'm exclusive with you. You and I are exclusive, right?
Okay.
They're together now.
We're together. Yeah. How does this work? Anyway, so and
I knew you'd come around.
At 3 months, we're dating for 3 months, and we break it off 3 months in one day. I never called you back. I would never call you back and say, you know what, can we rekindle this? I never had that mentality. I've never. So if you're 3 to 4 months in, you've had sex, you've given up the cookie, your cookie has lost some flavor, and he's walked off, are you seeking closure?
Personally, or am I speaking for all women? Once again,
you're speaking for women. You're the
face right now.
You're the
I think that probably for the most part, yeah, because you're thinking we had something, and why is it like? Because women just overanalyze everything. They always do, and they think there has to be a reason. There has to, and usually with men, the simplest answer is the answer. He stopped because he didn't want to.
Yeah. And we stopped because we upgraded. Now, that's just it. What I equate closure to is like a morphine drip for a woman. like it's just like she's in so much pain, she's just longing for his call. Drip, and then every word is like a drip. Oh, he finally called. He's telling me why. He was telling me that he wanted to pursue his career. It wasn't you. That's all a built-up lie, and women still fall for that shit.
Well, I think that it just goes back to what I said. Like, women don't want to believe that they're the problem, and usually that pretty much what it is. Like, just like that book, he's just not that into you. Like, if he stops dealing with you, he's just not into you. It doesn't matter if he is a brain surgeon on Mars. If he likes you, he will make time for you.
Absolutely, 100%.
So it's just like women just they can't wrap their mind around that in general.
So
not every single woman, but
well, that's where a woman she has control. I mean, you have to be able to see that before it happens. You got to see the play before it happens. You got to be the point guard.
Yeah.
You got to because
so true.
It's like if you meet somebody and
basketball analogy.
Within the first, I'm telling you, basketball is life. I know. If you meet a man and within the first couple weeks he is not giving you the things that you need, whether it might be text message responses, they're coming slow, phone calls aren't coming the way you thought they would, automatically that's usually a sign. Because men, we're pretty much black and white. We think we're playing a game. Fred has his analogies. He tells you how he runs things. I have my certain ways of what I think things should go a certain way. But it's pretty much black and white. When we like you, we're gonna be into you all the way. We're gonna pursue. We're gonna call. We're gonna talk to you for hours on the phone. We're gonna do what we have to, and that's when the woman's in control. Because now she could just sit back and give you whatever she wants. And if she's smart, she'll give you a lot and then pull back a little bit. Give you a lot, pull back a little bit. It's usually what keeps us. It's like a little dog. Got a little toy and just play with them. Okay, let him buy it. Okay, no.
It's true. That's very, very true.
Okay, how about when you start a relationship with sex?
I feel like you can win. You can still win. People think you can't.
What's your...
As a woman?
Yes, from a woman.
I think a woman could still win too, but she has to be very careful, about how she reacts after the act is done, because that's really what's going to determine everything. And also, if he didn't really like it, like you said, if you got to be good in bed and make him want to do it again, and then him wanting to do it again is basically how you determine the nature of the relationship.
Okay. What's a woman's psyche after a one-night stand? What's a woman's psyche?
I think that's hard to generalize. I think that some women, they go in there with the intention, maybe they're on vacation and they're just like, hey, I just wanted to see what it was like, see what's going on. I'm getting on my plane tomorrow, deuces. And then there's some women who's just like, oh, I really thought we had a connection, and I hope he calls me tomorrow. So there's a very wide range of psyche after a one-night stand.
Have you ever fallen for the okie doke? Has someone ever got you? What was that experience? And I'm going to assume you're going to say yes. And what was that experience like?
What do you mean by okie doke?
Oh, come on.
I'm just trying to be specific.
Okay.
I need you to be
Okie doke
specific.
mean he said he sounded like me, and then after you had sex, he left like me.
I don't. I'm sorry. I really don't think that's ever happened to me, and that's only because I had a boyfriend for a very, very long time. So I think that I just wasn't available enough for that to happen. Because players mess up. So it can happen to anybody, I'm sure. But I just don't think I was out there enough for it to.
When you say it hasn't happened, you mean getting hit with the okie doke and you thought there was more, Fred, or are you talking?
Because I can.
Yes.
Because I can say I can maybe say that I thought it was more, but I have never had sex with a guy and he didn't call me again.
Okay, so what was the okie doke like? What was that when you thought you had more?
I think that it how did it make me feel? I just think that I was really more mad at myself because I'm like, why was I paying attention to him? He was just trying to do what he do. It wasn't about more than that. And I'm disappointed that I thought it was, that I was bamboozled, so to speak.
What was that conversation like?
With him?
I'm assuming it was a him.
His face, though.
It was.
I'm assuming it was a him.
It wasn't him. Initially, I was upset because I was like, it didn't have to be like that. And he was just like, So it's just there's not really a conversation to have.
What did he say to you to get the cookie? What did he say?
That's the real question. That's what
all
the men want to know right now.
What did he say? You got 19 seconds.
They can see you.
Yeah, they can see you live.
It wasn't even just what he said. He just he made a lot of effort just to be involved with what I liked, what I wanted to do. Was attentive, was in my space, wanted to be around me, was following all that.
And we're coming back for our last segment, and Latasha's going to finish that statement so we can put our guys up on game. Fred Hawthorne, Dirty Truth Radio, Corey Mack, and Latasha in the studio. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra-modern, ultra-clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
We're the Brothers Bear Podcast Live, and I'm your host, Sanch, and I'm always joined by
Edgar,
Carlos Medrano, and this is a show where we talk about
comics, movies, TV, video games, stand-up, music, and many more geeky things.
Catch us live on Rant Radio Network on Mondays from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m.
That's another commercial in the back.
What up, foodie freaks? It's Chef Bev Lazo with the Culinary Trend Show. Join me and my brigade every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. where we will be cooking up some crazy stuff that will give you the appetite for discussion. It's all about the good food, good friends, and good times. Only here on rantradionetwork.com.
DM Narc Radio Show is now airing on the Rant Radio Network. You've heard the three guys Rant refer to us as the Clam Chowder Power Hour. Now we get to bring our New England humor over to Los Angeles. We'll be airing Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern, and we'll cover everything from local to national politics and news. Guess what? We're uncensored too. I'm Dave. Join me and Nick Friday on the Rant Radio Network.
We're back, guys. Dirty Truth Radio. I'm Fred Hawthorne, Tasha, and Corey Mack in the studio. And I had a quote that I had, and I know some right-wing Christians may get offended, but I wrote down this quote when I was preparing for this show. I said, "Great dick comes like a thief in the night when it comes to women." You know, like we.
Fred.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
It makes sense.
You know, and
Thief of the night.
And after you deliver. Yes, like DiGiorno. Like after you deliver, vanish, poof, David Copperfield, and never ever look back. Because if you look back, you'll turn into stone. You'll turn into stone like Sarah. So what I'm using these biblical analogies, but you know, for the sake of this conversation, I'm just gonna. And I wonder, why do men, if they know it's a game and they're not going to marry you, what do women do that allows a man to keep coming back? What's your trick of the trade?
The trick of the trade.
What's your trick? What do you do?
It's just like what Corey said, like the art of seduction. You give a little and then you pull a little back.
Mm-hmm.
You give a little and you pull a little back.
Examples?
Because you're never giving them everything, so they're always like trying to figure out what do they need to do to get there
more
with you. What can they get more from you?
Mm-hmm.
Always. And like I withhold the pussy for a long time.
Really?
And so like that, like, and it also
90-day rule.
I don't have a 90-day rule per se, but
120?
It's just. It varies. It really does vary. There's no set number.
What's the quickest you ever given up the pussy? Oh, I should say cookie. I'm sorry. Your mom might be listening. She might not get the lingo.
I think probably a month.
The quickest?
Ever?
Yeah.
The quickest I've ever. Like 3.5 minutes. I remember. No, I remember this. I remember this. We have a dance at Whittier College. I'm throwing Whittier College under the bus. I'm sorry. We have a dance at Whittier College called Erotic City. I'm just gonna give it
a dance called
Erotic City, and it's a Quaker campus. Like
asking for
yeah, it's definitely asking for it. So I walk in 1997. Mind you, I'm in great shape. I have an 8-pack. I have great arms. You know, I play sports there. I remember a girl from the volleyball team said, I heard you have good dick. Let's go in this bathroom. So it literally took like less than 3-4 minutes. I mean, on my clock, it was like less than a minute because she assumed the leadership role. And I played the game, and obviously we both won, and we went back to the dance.
And see, like this is even under the assumption that a lot of guys are giving out great dick, because that is not really the case.
It's not?
It's really
Really?
not.
I'm a rare commodity?
So
I'm a rare commodity.
Well, if you really are giving great dick, then yeah. We can't confirm or deny that at this point. But there's a lot of guys who are not giving out good dick, and like I have conversations with women all the time, and it's just like I could have had a V8. So, you know,
is there any way to tell?
No, I don't think so.
What that? Can a woman look at a man and say, "I think this motherfucker can deliver"?
I don't think so.
In 30 minutes or less.
I think most.
Dominoes.
I think most women want to believe that there is someone they can look at and be like, he will. But then they've been tricked a few times, and then.
Or then maybe like you're just really attracted to him, so you're
So
enjoying.
you assume.
Yeah, you assume, but then like you said, you can't make it any bigger. So sometimes if your penis is small, there's really not a whole lot you can do. And a lot of times if you have a good sized penis, then you don't really have to do much, because I could probably do it myself.
Is there compensation for? Is there a compensation for small penis? Like in your eyes, love.
Maybe you like
Love.
really.
What does love mean? Money? What does that
No,
mean?
like if you like really loved this man, like for more, and sex wasn't like a super huge priority for you, then
Well, it's definitely not a super huge priority.
But basically, if you cared about him so much in a lot of different aspects, then maybe you could overlook it. But there's nothing physically. No, there's nothing that you can do. I mean, you can try, but I mean, most women, like if you're having, vaginal orgasms, it's very important. So
it keeps a woman in the kitchen.
I would say,
agreed.
For the most part, love can take over, but it won't dominate for so long. I mean, it
That's
might
true.
get you in the game, but after love, it'll stay there, but then love also has a reality. Like, okay,
you're not scoring any points, boo.
right.
We're gonna
I
have to put
love
you on the bench.
you, but I'm not loving this as much as I thought I loved it.
Sure.
Because when you first meet somebody, or not first meet, but you're really into them, maybe it's the 3-4 month mark, and you guys are looking each other into the eye. Go ahead. Oh, you want to get this, Fred?
No.
Go ahead, Fred.
What is that conversation like? You call your girlfriend, girl, he got a little dick. Go.
Like I'm talking to her.
Yeah.
Go.
It's just like it's just not like I keep trying, and I'm getting on top. I'm trying to sit all the way on it, and like it's just it's not hitting anything. Like I'm trying, and then maybe she'll be like, well, did you try this? Or maybe if you hit it from the back, and we like try to bounce ideas off of each other, and it's like a jam session, and like I'm like I can't, like
It's not a
there's
jam
nothing.
session.
I actually had let me stop.
No, go ahead. Go. Come on.
What's the other
No
conversation?
names. Go.
What do you mean? What other conversation?
What's the conversation for the big dick?
Okay. Break. Big dick.
You'd be like, girl, I can't, girl.
Fred, all her girlfriends are at home laughing right
know,
now.
I know.
They're at home laughing right now.
I'm like, I can't believe, like, I don't even know what to say about that. Like, I'm like, you're like pretty much lost for words. You can't even describe it, and they be like, I've been there before, boo, been there before. So it's just because it's just like you said, it's kind of like it's such an experience that you can't even necessarily articulate it the way you want to, because it's just.
As I mentioned at the beginning of this show, when a man allows a woman to have an orgasm, it buffers her soul. She is speechless. Her legs are twitching, and she's assuming that Eldris can deliver, just as he just did, right?
Idris.
She just had a mental orgasm. I just saw her eyes roll.
She was done.
I was thinking about some singles.
She was done.
Yeah, real talk, right?
I did think about it a little bit.
So moving forward, assuming that the next step is he didn't contact you, what do you do?
Again, I'll probably call one of my girlfriends and be like, try to get some help, and be like, what do you think? Do you think I should text him? Do you think I should call him? I should wait, huh? Okay, I'm gonna wait a second. Wait, he still didn't call. Should I call him? No. All right. He liked my picture on Instagram though, so I know he's seen his phone.
now he's got you.
Yeah, he's got you.
He's got you.
Yeah, he got that whip appeal. So whip it on me.
But see, like it's like I said, and then I think another reason why girls hold on to the good dick because it's not.
It's
it's rare.
It's
Yeah.
rare. It's
Fred,
a rare breed.
That's the whole reason why you were winning.
It was a
You
rare
thought you were
breed.
doing something.
Yeah.
No, you weren't doing anything.
I'll tell a great story. I lived in Stafford Hall, Whittier College, and Stafford Hall knows this whole story. It's 100% true story. Who cares? I was dating a girl. I lived on the third floor in Stafford at Whittier College. I lived on the third floor. I was sleeping with this young lady, right? And she would leave the door unlocked. I would go in like a thief in the night, give great dick, and leave. An hour later, 30 minutes, however long it took for her to get off, and I would follow 5 minutes later, right? And then I would leave. This happened for a couple weeks. And then her roommate is gone for the weekend. The roommate, I'm going to tell you how crucial great dick is. It just hit me right now. Her roommate called me and says, come over. I wasn't dumbfounded because I was young, but I was like 19 at the time. I still got it. So I ended up having sex with the roommate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, part 3, the roommate comes back. This is how important great dick is. Like you said, I didn't know it was this rare, but obviously it is.
No, it went from good to great.
Yeah, always.
In 20 minutes.
Yeah. So the roommate comes back, and so things get back to normalcies, right? I sleep with the roommate. You know what she did? She called campus safety and said there's a black guy. He lives on the third floor, and he walked in my room late, and I think he was trying to rape me. I swear before.
What?
Yeah, I swear before God. And you know what the irony about it is? To catch that, years later, I saw her at a LA Fitness, and I looked at her. I said, "Why did you do that to me?"
She's like, it ain't no fun if the homies can't.
Yeah, she probably thought that, but she just simply said, "I'm sorry." No, I swear before God, this is like 2007, 2008. She called campus safety and said this guy tried to rape me. I was just scared. This black guy named Fred, and they knocked on my door, and I was like, this is totally confusing. I told campus safety. I had to go to the dean's office, Dave Leonard at the time, and he was like, huh? I said, yeah, Dave.
Yeah,
I slept with
Fred.
both of them.
Yeah,
I slept with both of them, Dave.
Little me.
Yeah. So when you said great dick, I was like, wow, I had no idea that it's so rare these days to deliver great dick.
Powerful.
It is powerful. It does definitely blur judgment for sure.
Mm-hmm. No Robin Thicke involved. So we're just going to wrap up right now. So any last things you want to say about closure, never giving a woman closure?
Ladies, if he's not calling, just move on. Just move on. It's no big deal. There's plenty of other men out here. Even if he had good dick, he's not going to give it to you no more if you begging and crawling for it.
Mm-hmm.
He don't want it if it's that easy. So just move on.
Matt.
F him and dump him.
F him and dump him.
Straight up.
I actually lived by that motto, and I did. I'm serious as a heart attack. And if you knew me in college, you knew. And the funny thing about is 9 out of the 10 women that I was intimate with in college knew. And
they want it.
Yes. My roommate on the second floor was a. Okay, because everyone's gonna know who she is. I'm gonna know who she is, so I don't want to put her out there like that. She walked up to my room. I swear before God, because I would advertise my bed was by the window. I would always leave my window open because I knew she would respond to it, right?
My goodness.
So anyway, she came one day after football practice and said, "Fred, will you have sex with me?" I am not lying. So guys, continue. The great dick comes like a thief in the night, and I want you guys to fully understand that. Never give a woman closure so she can be a feeble flower, and you can water it when you want her. So we're coming back next week. We thank Latasha and Corey Mack for coming in.
Yeah.
Roselle will be back, and you guys are welcome to come back anytime.
You know.
Text me, call me, and thank you guys for tuning in. And Dirty Truth Radio, Fred Hawthorne, and again, Roselle will be back next week. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.